At the bottom left of the map, we have our Terran player, strong player who just took game 1 on Belcher Vestige. It is
Ace Team, baby!
Kespa's 8th team still sticking around.
Yep, baby playing strong. And let's see if he can take it with a 2-0. Starting to the top right. The Zerg player who has a few other plans, different plans from his opponent, is starting for Team TSL. It is
TSL symbol.
Yep, was the symbol of hope, pun intended, for quite some time.
Yeah, especially in the GSTL. Over and over again, he had to come through for his team, and so he did.
And, you know, in the last game, he looked really, really good. A few poor engagements really led to his downfall, and Baby was just so resilient. I think that the way that Baby controlled the map with his Hellions, though, it was actually quite beautiful to watch. He always harassed his Hellions. He kept doing those Hellion drops in the main base. Symbol eventually just ran out of harvesters. You know, that was a big problem for him. He couldn't keep up his economy. When you can keep making investors and build towards that 25 or 30, even though you don't have a real army, that's when you can defend your Broodlords and you're okay. But if you keep losing your harvesters, you don't have gas mining. He couldn't get a 4th. He finally got that 4th in the middle of the map, but it was a 4th without gas. I mean, only one extractor there.
Another thing is that he made all these Hellions work against Roaches, so even in the early game, usually when you as a Zerg player, you realize your opponent is going mech, of course you go for the Roach Warren. But Symbol had this very early in the game. It was just this build that he had that is so open for options, where you can go into Roach Baneling, you can play Tian style, which he ended up doing with those Roaches as part of the defense. So that was really well done, the third base and everything, the transition into the tech. But still him trying to hit a few timings here, and that nearly worked. Baby suffered a lot of losses. And Symbol, I feel that it kind of... The entire attack was a little bit too big at the end. Yep. There were too many fronts, too many things where he needed to be, where he needed to micro, and he was a little bit overwhelmed, especially with those Roaches in the main base. If he would have attacked a little bit earlier, if the timing would have been a little bit more crisp, the Roaches would have been there to take out the tanks without siege mode. But he waited to the top left when the first few Hellions started to attack. Yeah. He didn't attack with the Roaches right away. Then he didn't bust into the main base right away because he sent units over to the natural, over to the third. So it was all these things to do, and it's an enormous amount of work that you suddenly have to do.
Yeah, it's a ton of multitasking you need, and he fell apart there. He did not come through.
It's not really falling apart, it's just like, it was a bit too much. Yeah. There are only a handful of players who can actually do all of these things at the same time.
You need a lot of skill to be able to do that, and not to say that Symbol does not have the skill, but you know, he didn't hit the attack where he needed to. He had his multitasking going well, but it was not properly focused. Symbol did something really interesting here, of course, which is to pull out of gas and mine with only one harvester. This is something that we see almost everybody doing these days. I feel like this build has become the new standard. At first, it was like nobody's doing this, everyone's relying on only queens. Now there's this hybrid type style where you pull out a gas and you keep the Terran guessing. Because seeing that gas alone, like I said last time for the Terran, is really scary because you don't really know what's coming next, but it's also really safe against the Hellions. And queens can get you a long way, but you can also get speed with that. You just sacrifice 100 gas with a mine, you keep your drone there, you have a lot of flexibility.
Baby's going into the starport again, and we have him now with the first few. Well, he has the Reactor Factory Hellion, so he can again go into the Hellion production right away. There they are on the tab. And with the tech lab that we see, we will probably see him go again into Banshees. Also has the second gas, and therefore enough gas to pull this off. Symbol is hitting his Roach Warren here.
Yep. Not
going for a Roach Baneling build in this scenario. This is a little bit of an earlier timing that you can use to build Roaches and be aggressive, send them over. Old DRG style.
Hey, he did this last game a little bit, you know, and...
Yeah, but in the last game, his timing was completely different. He had the third base, he went down at 36, took the third at the same time, and so this is actually... You can't even go into Roach Baneling from this one.
Yeah, this one is... There's no Banelings involved with this Roach timing, and I'm not sure if Symbol's really going to heavily commit here. He's waiting for these 3 Overlords.
I would actually laugh if he actually goes into Baneless after all. I don't see it coming, but no.
I don't think so. He would have made it already by now.
Well, usually you do it when you have the Roaches already in there. But yes, because he's stopping here. He's not getting any additional harvesters. He could actually drop the remaining less here. He's at 35 harvesters. This is like the typical amount that you have. So with 8 Roaches, he still has the gas to pull that off. He pulled back into gas, but no, there he switches into the roaches, into the drones again.
Yeah, starts the evolution chamber. Yeah, this is just not really Symbol style either to go for Roach Baneling.
Roach Baneling is just too all-inish. With what he does now, he can start his tech, and at the same time, he has still the roaches to pressure.
I feel like this is not going to be very successful considering that Baby has seen this so early. He's also got the Banshee to start damaging it. He's already seen the Lings on the other side. He's totally prepared. He just needs to hold on a little bit, pull his SCVs up, which he's already done, make the second bunker on the high ground, which he's already done. He should be totally fine against this. I don't think this is going to kill very many SCVs at all. May kill some Hellions though, and lifts the depot. He doesn't even attack the SCVs on the low ground.
If he crushes... Well, the thing is he wants to get into the main base. If he can take the supply depot and get into the main base, he can do damage. And he doesn't have to deal with the bunker, but he already lost so much.
Yeah, you know, you're so right. If you can get in there without losing this many, if you have maybe 2 or 3 more than what he ended up having, you can do a ton of damage. But in this case, I think he might get 1. He gets 1.
It was definitely not worth it. He did not do the damage that he wanted to do.
Yeah, you know, that push is hit or miss. If you get scouted early with it, it's very hard to make it work because your opponent pulls his SCVs out of the natural, keeps his bunker ready, baits you up the ramp as we saw there, and then Symbol was like, well, I'm going to stay on the ramp, I'm going to break this depot down. It just didn't work out.
Resources lost are highly in favor of Baby at this point. And Symbol now is of course in a position where he attacks into Lair. He has already the Squawkers ready. He knows about the Banshee, saw them with the Roaches. Therefore the attack of his opponent is not hitting him anymore. He got the scouting out of this and threw Baby's timing off a little bit. But Baby has his own third base, and is going to really work well for him.
Yeah, it works well because he's already seen, he just scanned, he saw the Lair timing. And before that even, he knew that since he killed those Roaches without taking any damage, Symbol can't really go for another follow-up attack. And when he sees a scan, sees a Lair, then he knows for sure, he's like, oh, okay, if you're making a Lair, you're not going to suddenly come in with another attack at my third. I've got enough Hellions to defend the Speedlings, which is what we just saw there. And if you make another batch of Roaches, you can't afford all of that with the third base and the Lair going up and the Macro Hatch they also scouted with that scan. No way. So he feels comfortable here. He's going into mech yet again.
He has such a great economy already. It's really awesome. I mean, he sees that his opponent goes for this Roach aggression and he decides to go straight into the third. Well, he built the third command center already before, but he lowers it to the low ground and is immediately going for it. And now he will have the economy to just back all of these things up. He goes into mech again, as you just mentioned. And just look at the timing here already for his siege mode. He has a siege mode ready. He can siege up with those tanks, protect these 3 bases, and that's all that you need at the beginning. Try to pressure a little bit with those Hellions, get the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade up. But his Harvester count is at 58 against 65. That's a very, very good Harvester count for Baby with those extra mules. That works like perfectly for him.
It's like clockwork, really, what he's going to do here. He's just going to start the siege tank production, and he's just going to go into it right away. That like was so unlucky. Did see the infestation pit though.
He didn't lose too much against the Roach push of Symbol, so that now works really well. 3 siege tanks, he's getting 2 at a time now, and the more tanks he has, the more safer his bases are against these Roach pressure attacks.
Yeah, he's probably going to add additional factories in just a second. There they are, 2 of them, because he knows, wow, third base is up. Nothing you can do about it. Spire comes down here, that's why he's making that eBay. He wants to make sure he can get some turrets up because that is his biggest concern right now is his lack of anti-air. And I think he realized that just now going, well, what's the one thing I don't quite have? He's like, okay, no anti-air. I don't have my armory up yet. I'm going to need that too so I can start the production of Thors if I need them.
Baby plays awesome. It's really amazing at this point. This guy, he doesn't forget anything. He hits every single timing that he needs. He's going into double upgrades already. +2 attack, +1 armor. He has the third up very early. Extra production. He doesn't miss a beat. Keeps the entire time his money so low and covers all his bases. Even takes the 4th here. He expands all over the place. This guy is kind of insane. Yeah. He dominates the map with Hellions.
Multi-pronged harass here. He's going for the Hellions here. He's got a drop with Hellions going to the main base. He's got Hellions in the natural. This is a 3-pronged Hellion harass. He's going to kill so many workers here. Yeah, there's a bungle and the Lings are here. But what about the main base? Got to react there too, or you're going to lose even more. That's what Baby says. Baby's multitasking is so good here. He's going to do a ton of damage. And also, most importantly, he scouts the Spire and the Hive finishing up. So now he can prepare with extra starports right away.
Baby is playing just simply incredible. That is an awesome performance that we see now. It's multitasking, his aggression, him being everywhere on the map at once, focusing on his economy, focusing on his tech, and at the same time attacking at 3 points of the map.
Yeah, he's constantly attacking in multiple areas. He's also got that Banshee always on the watchtower, making any roaches that try to take it easily spotted. A nice trap here with the fungals is going to damage these Hellions, but he's not going to actually be able to kill any of them. The roach attack at the third is a slight annoyance, but he goes for depots, in fact, and all these infestors got scouted and killed.
His siege tank is a little bit out of position, and now he moved one forward, but yeah, he needs to get the siege tank a little bit farther to the bottom right if he wants to cover this area.
Yeah, he's losing a little bit there, but he's setting up to attack Symbol's forward. Look at Symbol's supply. It's dropping rapidly here. This is actually supply I don't feel he can really afford to throw away when these roaches. And this group of Lings, which he will likely lose if he doesn't catch these tanks on siege, is an even bigger problem. Okay, he's going to go for the third base instead, but there's a wall here. Not quite a tight one, though.
Uh-oh, there is a gap, and that's something that he definitely did not see. And this is, of course, now a bit ugly. He loses units at the bottom, but at the same time, the fourth is being sieged up. The Hellions come in to save the day at Baby's third, and he himself is putting pressure onto Symbol's third base and fourth.
Oh, so many Harvesters killed it. That was a great hit. 35 workers killed in total right now for Baby. No additional stop points, adding them just now, which is a bit late. The Broodlords are going to be the only thing that Symbol has to keep him in this game. He's going to be able to use them to survive a little bit longer to try to remake that fourth. But it's going to be a while before he has enough Broodlords. He's only got 2 right now. I think he's going to need about 4 to really push this army back.
Symbol doesn't even have a bank at this point. He's getting the Corruptors now, but just look at Baby's production tab. He already added starports, he's getting an additional 2. He is in the position where he can get +3 attack, which he does now with his double armory. And this is just Baby playing such a dominant game that Symbol just does not know what the answer is to this performance. We have him now 50 supply ahead, the Terran player, not the Zerg.
Yeah.
With
so many drones going down. And you're actually just describing it in the most brutal way, but it's true. Look at how he used his Hellions to control against those Lings there as well. Just totally wiping the floor with them, literally. He's wiping Symbol off this map. Symbol is being attacked by 2 small groups of units in a mech composition. That is something that you just do not see, because normally mech has to be all together. It relies on being a strong army that's very focused. The first few Broodlords out, this is what I was talking about. This is what he can rely on to try to push it back, but it's just too little too late.
I really don't want to overhype this or anything like that, but I have to say that what we are seeing from Baby here in this game is actually the future. This guy is everywhere. Triple attack in the mid-game, and then when he has his mech army out there, he goes for a double attack, just the right amount of siege-up tanks that move in and take down the base. This is how you have to play this. Falls back at the exactly right time. Look at his macro at the same time. +2 armor, +3 attack. Symbol is nowhere near these upgrades.
Yeah, we've even got the Raven added in here. That's going to be great for point defense if he needs it. With when his Viking count is a little bit smaller initially, but he's making 5 at a time, so that's not going to last very long. He can also use Seeker Missile and clear up creep tumors with this one Raven that he's added to his composition. This is a mega drop that's coming over here. Mostly siege tanks, but a few Hellions. Baby has 2 armies, and both armies are actually bigger than Symbol's. So what is Symbol actually going to be able to do here? The answer is probably nothing. He's going to have to type GG. Looks like Baby may be our player going straight into Code S.
He is completely outplayed here, Symbol that is. Baby is way too strong. The performance of Baby in this game is amazing. It's crazy.
It's unexpected even. You know, I thought he was going to do decently here, but I have to say he really impressed me.
It is an impressive performance. As you can see on the minimap right now, he's everywhere. At the third, in the main base, at the fourth. And Symbol doesn't know how to react. And then he mismicros a few of the infestors. They move too far into the siege tank range. They die. He loses the support for the Broodlords. And then we will see those 10 Vikings take the Broodlords apart.
He's got nothing. He can't mine. He can't make units. His larva is camped. I don't think I've ever even said that before. There's one siege tank in his main base that has just not been dealt with at all. That siege tank in the main base has 9 kills. Point defense goes down with that Raven I was talking about before. And it looks like the Corruptors may be enough here, but there's nothing else. All he's got is Corruptors, and that's not going to win a game. That's only going to win air battles.
This is it. You can see it already at Symbol's posture here. The tilt of the head, he knows that it's over, and well, we know it as well. 34 supply against 170. Do the math, guys. This game is finished.
That missile turret is killing the last of the Corruptors, the Vikings. There's too many of them. He's just going to be able to kill the Broodlords. We will see a GG at any moment here.
Bold advance, but Symbol does not. Baby takes him out with a 2-0. Symbol is trying to come to terms. GG.
Man,
And
Symbol,
baby has grown up.
yeah,
He has
Baby
matured.
has matured to Code S again. Symbol a little bit off his game today, I have to say, but Baby was the real story here in this best of 3.
This was crazy. If he can do that again in future TVZs and show us that this was not a one-time thing, that was wow. Simply wow.
Yeah, it's hard to put what we just saw into words, man.
Beautiful play by Baby. There's nothing else to add. He played this very, very well, and he won the series. He deserved to win. He didn't lose a single map, so congratulations to Baby. He's going to play in the next season of Code S, and Symbol, on the other hand, falls into the up and downs. Has, of course, another shot to go in to get us, but not today.
Yeah, it was a little bit misfocused in some moments in the series, but I think we just didn't expect Baby to be so strong and to be so good at multitasking.
Well, the thing is, we said it before, Baby looked strong against Flash, so the winner prediction, of course, comes because people know Symbol for a long time, and Symbol has shown amazing games in the GSTL, in the GSL as well. But we said it, that we expected Baby to do well in the series, but I didn't expect him to do this well. But he takes it with a 2-0, advances, deserved win, so congratulations to Baby. And now, of course, we are focusing onto our next game, which also features a very strong Terran player.
It's going to be MVP up against SOS. This is going to be really exciting. Of course, MVP, everyone's saying he belongs back in Code S, but SOS has kind of been on the rise for a really long time. Can he actually now seize his moment to get back into Code S?
I really think that MVP is going to take this one.
It's hard to say. I'm not so sure. I think he will. He's the only Terran player coming into our grand finals coming up in a few days, but I don't know, man. We're going to have to just wait and find out, I guess.
We'll find out in 5 minutes, so guys, stay tuned. We will be back with MVP up against SOS, aka Shy.